I've just received a radio message from far-off Ethiopia from a young explorer, Joel Fogel, now on his way back from the dread Danakil Desert in Ethiopia. The message saying, have discovered the Nidi, an unknown tribe on the Omo River in Ethiopia, taken into tribe for 2 months. And he adds, meeting next with Haile Selassie, arriving U.S. soon. That from Joel Fogel, leader of an expedition into what has long been regarded as one of the most dangerous, most treacherous, least known parts of Africa. And so long until tomorrow.
In the fall of 1973, I traveled by raft with 2 other men, a West German and an Ethiopian, down the Omo River, 200 miles above Lake Rudolph. Our aim was to survey the tribes living along the riverbank. The tribesmen, who have a total population of 3,500 people, are a group of nomadic hunters. And although the expedition was to be primarily a filming survey, we became involved in trying to aid the tribesmen who needed medical attention. The first people we encountered were the Mercy tribe, a group of primitive hunters who spent part of each year harvesting maize and millet along the banks of the river. Through our Ethiopian translator, we were able to speak the tribal language fluently and communicate, gaining their confidence and friendship. After 3 weeks on the river, I had a severe attack of malaria fever and was left with the Karo tribe by 2 other members of the expedition. During the days of their absence, as they traveled to a mission across the desert for help, I recovered and was initiated into the tribe by the shaving of my head. They called me Nogalal, which means the man who came by water.
Ethiopia is a country in Africa, located in the eastern portion of the continent. For 3 months, I traveled down the Omo River in Ethiopia, looking for a tribe of people known as the Nidi.
In the days following my initiation, I hunted the plains with a Karo. Like most of the Omo Valley tribes, the Karo were hunters by tradition, but circumstances are now forcing them into an agricultural subsistence. After making me a pair of sandals from the skin of the warthog, I was given a loincloth made from the bark of a tree. Then I was given a hut similar to the ones in which they live. And finally, I was offered a young Karo girl for a wife. With Kefo, I traveled through the villages of the Karo along the banks of the river. And during my time with the tribe, I learned that property was communal. Everything was shared regardless of what was caught or gathered for food.
Whose baby? Whose baby is this?
As we walked among the settlement shelters and gathering areas, I saw groups of families working together in the fields, preparing for their annual harvest of maize. I noticed that the women did most of the cultivation and gathering, while the men spent their time hunting and fishing. Preparing this arid land was not the easiest task. The people became accustomed to my appearance as I traveled through the cultivation areas, and in this way I was able to film them as they planted their seeds of maize and millet for the coming harvest. Sometimes we would travel downstream by dugout, passing the riverside cultivation areas. As each area was cleared by burning, the women would begin to plant again. The baboons and crocodiles were always with us. Occasionally, some of the larger crocodiles would aggressively approach the boat and then dive under the water. The tribes of the valley are a river people. They base their lives around the flow and the movement of the Omo. They're also expert fishermen. Using their harpoon-like spears, they often catch the huge blue Nile perch, which can grow to be more than 6 feet long. The Omo Valley, in which the tribesmen live, has been recently made into a national park by the Ethiopian government. Plans include the making of the region into a tourist area within the next few years, thereby bringing these primitive peoples into the Jet Age. With this in mind, the people have been forbidden to legally hunt the wildlife which has been their food source for generations, and their populations are gradually dwindling. Our expedition hopes to return to this area within the year to offer some limited medical care and agricultural aid to help ease their transition from the Stone Age to the Jet Age.